Yo, what is up guys? It's Joelvlogs coming at you again with another vlog right now. Super excited tonight guys. Gonna be playing some League of Legends again. Turn the notifications, wake up guys. I just want to make sure we have a good time tonight. Right there, again guys, put your comments in there. If you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe. Let's get in. Play some League of Legends now guys. Roll to get it in. Hopefully you guys are having a great day today. Hit me up in the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys. Struggle is real tonight to get a game. Wow.
Born from the ashes. 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 Born from the
Advertising Popeyes. I love Popeyes.
Cause I'm the king on my own throne, King on my own throne, my own throne.
Estimated wait time 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
You'll never see me fall. Watch me reign, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all. You'll never steal the reign.
Just waiting for a match here, guys. Waiting for a match. Do it. Doing this one. Ban someone who can get to me. Katarina, Akali.
Sleep till I come home. Dream of something.
Is that fear I smell?
I won't be this.
Bye. I knew they would go Akali. Oh my. Oh, this thing is I'm gonna have to tell him. Hopefully Akali's going down. We'll see. Akali is a big counter to me, so we'll see what happens. But I have she's probably gonna be. I have to watch the name that's really close. LeBlanc is another big counter to me. Let's see what happens, guys. I might get blown up this game. I think everyone's testing. I'm just gonna try and get some basketball tonight, guys. I think so. Got tea here. Sweet tea. Shout out to Arizona Iced Tea. Arizona Iced Tea. Incredible stuff. Gives me the energy, so I'll put it back. And Zara? There's like 5 mids. I don't know who's going against me mid. Like, everyone's AP. The good thing about Zara is that I get flash. Oh my gosh, if I don't have flash, I'm dead. Please. Please, flash. I have flash? Yes, I have flash. Well, it's a Malphite with a little net for us. He's got involved. That's good. It's a dive comp. Akali is top. Blanc is mid. They have a bunch of assassins. Guys, if you're logging on right now, please hit up the chat. Would love to give you guys a shout out. Love to say hello to you. Hopefully your day is going great. Load faster. Alright, there we go. Roll.
Minions
If it's silent in dismay, it won't break this feeling down. If I conquer this my way, I'd devour, I'd surround. If it hurts you just a little, then it heals you when it's done. Disappointment is the anchor, resolution is the sun.
I'm gonna do a combo here. I'm gonna be too aggressive. If it's silent in dismay, it won't break this feeling down. If I conquer this my way, I'd devour, I'd surround. If it hurts you just a little, then it heals you when it's done. Disappointment is the anchor, resolution is the sun. We have a front line, that's the best. Frick, man! Wow, screw that up. Screw that up big time. Wow. 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 That was bull. Come on. No, this is not.
An enemy has been slain.
there ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Flying up the bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. I'm moving too far. Get to glass.
Oh my gosh! If I could actually hit my... I gotta practice that. If I could actually hit my freaking skill shot, that would be amazing. Oh my gosh, guys. This is one of the most aggravating games. Dude, she is so 7. Why, Joel? Why? Try another game. I have to actually hit my ulti. The skill shot. That's what's so hard. Like super hard to hit his ulti. I can't hit a skill shot with my life here.
I follow the path to power.
Yo, what's up, Gabe? Yo, Gabe. Yo, shout out to Gabe Walker, my man, yo. How you been, Gabe? Shout out to you, bro. My man.
feel paralyzed.
Why does he bear without 86? Yo, Gabe Walker, shout out to you, man. Love you, bro. Like, comment, subscribe. Gabe in the chat, my brother, yo. Man. Yo, shout out to Gabe Walker. He is the absolute man. Okay, I'm going to 600. But still not as much as they are. Dude, this struggle is so tough. So tough with that, yeah. Gave you the man. Ooh, Gabe Walker. Shout out to you, man. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Oh my gosh.
I look at stars
stars fill the frame. They say we're lost without aim. Today the stars will read red. Soon blue will guide us instead.
Wow, guys, that game was crazy. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Oh my gosh, all I know is how it was so crazy. It was craziness. Try something here. Even at all that, did I do a lot of damage at all? Oh, just a lot of, maybe very hard, but yeah, because that was a struggle, man. Struggle was real that game to get damage off. And I had resist for everything. I had it pen. The biggest thing with Xerath is the stun, bro. Like if you have someone CC, like you will destroy him. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you will chunk them down.
Ready?
Alright, let's go.
Let's go.
I don't need the words.
Oh. Thinking.
End up so I can drown myself. Used to spend my nights out in the ballroom. Liquor was the only love I know. Whoa, that's a glass of brandy.
What's up guys, it's Tommy Buckets back with another video, and in this one we're going to be talking about the Professor. If you're unfamiliar with the Professor, he is a streetball legend who rose to fame during the An 1 mixtape tour for his crazy dribbling moves and flashy style of play. The Professor also received tons of attention for his Spider-Man basketball series where he crosses up players at the park in a Spider-Man costume. Currently he has a YouTube channel called Professor Live where he makes basketball videos, and I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't. I see people all over YouTube asking why isn't the Professor in the NBA, and I just want to explain why. But before I do, I just want to say that I'm a huge fan of the Professor, and I have no intentions to disrespect him by making this video. Now that I got that out of the way, let's get right into it. The first reason is his size. Grayson Boucher is listed at 5'10 and 155 pounds. This is incredibly undersized at the NBA level, and would make him an extreme liability on defense. You could argue that players in the NBA, such as Isaiah Thomas and Nate Robinson, have had successful NBA careers at around the same height, but at 185 pounds, Thomas and Robinson have almost 30 pounds of muscle that the Professor doesn't have. The Professor also lacks the raw athleticism that players at his height must have in order to survive in the NBA. When you get to the NBA level, where only the best players in the world make it, you can't just depend on your skill. You need the athleticism to go along with it. Although the professor's ball handling skill is spectacular and entertaining to watch, you have to realize that most of his moves are illegal at the NBA level. And even if he could get away with performing these moves in an NBA game, do you really think a world-class defender like Chris Paul will be fooled by his tricks? And my last reason on why the professor couldn't play in the NBA is probably the simplest one. He would have already done it. If the professor could have played in the NBA, he would have. Although he has made a good amount of money on his own, playing in the NBA would have put him in a much better financial situation, earning way more money than he could in street ball. You also have to look at the professor's age. He is currently 33 years old. Again, if he was going to be an NBA player, it would have already happened. No team is going to take a chance on a 33-year-old rookie. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Wow.
I no longer live with the uncertainties of Hep C, wondering, what if? I let go of all those feelings, because I am cured with Harvoni.
Harvoni is a revolutionary treatment for the most common...
Yeah, so they called me the professor. I think it was like my second game because the announcer who's Duke Tango, he announces for Ball Up Now still. He said that I was schooling people on the court, and I think that he thought my look kind of resembled a professor.
Okay. Were you raised in a Christian household?
I was not. No, I wasn't. I actually, ironically, I went to a Christian preschool. I heard about Jesus when I was like, very, very young. And so I just put it, I was familiar with the name, but I didn't really know what came along with that. And as I went to the public school, starting in kindergarten, all the way up till my junior year in high school, just kind of took a backseat in my mind, like, oh, that's just, Jesus has got the myths and in my mind, I'm thinking this has got the myths and the whole go along. Maybe it's a good, thing or whatever.
So you weren't going to church or anything?
No, not to the school either. It was a great school, but my circle of people, we just liked basketball. That's all we really thought about. And so I started, hearing Christ a little bit more, and it kind of triggered my curiosity, going to the chapels and being in the Christian Science class and hearing about history and things of that nature. And then sort of lost sight of it until 2011, when I actually officially came to Christ.
And how'd that happen?
Yeah, so during my span of Amwin, when I was with the company Amwin, a good friend of mine was Troy Jackson. His nickname was Escalade. And a lot of people don't know, he's Mark Jackson's brother. Mark, the TNT analyst and former player, that's his brother. So this is my closest friend all the way from the time I got on in 2003 to 2011 when he actually passed away. And so I actually came to faith at his funeral. But it was the first time in my life that I had actually asked myself the bigger questions of life, because I was very comfortable. We were, honestly profited millions of dollars in the span of time I was with Amwin up until that time. And we're comfortable, we're hanging out, we're playing ball for a living. So I was in a space where I wasn't asking myself, deeply rooted questions of life. What happens when we die? Things related to morality. A lot of these things were really in the back of my mind. And so I wasn't paying too much attention to him. And ironically, before he passed away, well, I shouldn't say ironically, I think this is God speaking to me a little bit, but we had to start to have talks we had never had about, about Jesus and about, things spiritual, and how his brother is actually a pastor and has a church. And I was like, really? And then he had actually even laid out the gospel for me before he passed away, like a couple weeks before.
When this eventually has run its course, when you have a sense that God wants you to move on, what do you think you might be doing?
It's hard to say. I think as long as we're in an era where there's social media, and I don't see that stopping anytime in the next 5 or 6 years at minimum, I would still like to be branding and doing things, you know, whether it's, because right now I dabble in everything, so I do my own clinics, I'll go out of the country and do exhibitions, whether I'm speaking to kids or just playing one-on-one for an hour at a tournament. I do stuff like that year-round as well. I do instructional programs, you know, teaching people the basic fundamentals of dribbling. Yeah, so I guess in the long term, I guess we'll just see wherever God leads, you know, but I would like to stay in a sort of a basketball entertainment lane where I could dabble in a few different areas, even when I can't play anymore.
Talk about what Jesus Christ has done in your life.
Yeah, I mean, when I first came to Christ and really started on my faith, it blew my mind in a bunch of different ways, just realizing that God is real, you know, God's Son is real, He died for our sins, and that the Bible is actually true. He was able to show me my purpose in life, reveal to me my sin, that I'm in need of a Savior, because we're all going to die, and there's only a couple places you're going. And since then, He's took me out of, I was kind of used to hang in the party crowd, was doing things that athletes do, you know, you're on tour, very comfortable, kind of living for self and money and image and things of that nature. So He took me out of that. He's got me a whole new set of friends that I hang with that are completely about God. And I mean, I feel like He's even restored me all the way down to maybe healthier just because of lifestyle. He's worked in finances. I know that's just really an after effect of things, but really just gave me just an overall whole nother viewpoint on life and enabled me to just see reality for what it is. But it's been a blessing, and it's, you know, I've got way more peace these days, being able to lean on Him in situations, because we all face trials. I mean, I could sit here and go on for days, but it's just, you know, it's been incredible.
It's awesome. Guys, like, comment, subscribe, see what you think about that, guys. Alright guys, at it again. Alright guys, this is Joelvlogs. First see if anyone's on, not yet.
Sebastian Telfair was supposed to be the next basketball legend. There was a time in high school where he was so good that Jay-Z and Derek Jeter would come to watch him play. A rookie LeBron James said that Sebastian Telfair was up next, and when Telfair's cousin, a 25-year-old Stephon Marbury, came home and played Sebastian in one-on-one in front of their entire neighborhood when Bassie was just 17, it was Telfair, a high schooler who dominated Marbury, somehow beating an NBA star in his prime. And so yes, the hype for Sebastian Telfair was enormous. He was a top-ranked recruit. He became the first point guard to ever make the jump from high school directly to the NBA draft. He was supposed to be a future superstar, which leaves us with one obvious question. What happened? Well guys, today we are going to answer that question. We're going to look at the rise of Sebastian Telfair, then the fall. Trust me, this story is incredible. When Sebastian Telfair was a high school senior, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. There were times where he outplayed NBA All-Stars in pickup games, but for some reason, he just wasn't able to put it together when he got to the NBA. So, how are you doing? My name is Mike, and I just want to remind you that I am on the grind to 1 million subscribers. 1 million? That's just insane. So, I just want to say, if you like this video and you want to join this movement, if you want to get to 1 million subscribers together, then subscribe. Also, once we hit 1 million, I'm going to do the biggest giveaway I have ever done. Honestly, cannot wait to give you guys some free stuff, but for now, let's look at the story of Sebastian Telfair. Growing up in Coney Island, raised by a single mother in a cramped apartment where things got so bad that at times his family couldn't afford shoes for the kids, Sebastian Telfair was always looking for a way out. As a kid, he watched as his cousin, Stephon Marbury, rose out of the projects to become a star point guard in the NBA, and this gave Sebastian hope. If he worked hard enough, if he played well enough, he too could save his family from the Surfside Gardens apartment complex where they lived. He too could provide them with the lifestyle that he felt they deserved. So when he was just 6 years old, Sebastian went to his big brother, who was coaching an 11-year-old and under team, and begged him to let him play on the team. Of course, his brother first said no, but finally, after a lot of begging, a young Bassie was allowed to sit on the bench. And on the bench was where he would stay until one game the team's best player fouled out, and so Sebastian was finally allowed to check into the game. From the second he touched the ball, he had the crowd in awe. His brother said he was doing moves that he had never seen an 11-year-old do, let alone a 6-year-old who had never played in an organized basketball game. It was on that day that everyone knew Sebastian Telfair had a chance to become an NBA star. Now, of course, he was only 6 years old at the time, so becoming an NBA star was going to take a lifetime of hard work and dedication. But again, Sebastian had seen what basketball had done for his cousin Stephon. Marbury had grown up living a floor above Sebastian's own family in Surfside Garden, and now Stephon lived in a mansion. So every single day of his life, Sebastian grinded. He got up, worked on his handles and shooting before school, and then after school, it was either individual basketball skill work and workouts with his brothers, or he was playing on the court outside of his house until midnight. Basketball was his passion, and basketball was his job. His brothers made sure he was playing every single day. His brothers didn't allow him to get tattoos because they didn't want to compromise his image. Every decision Telfair made was with the ultimate goal of playing in the NBA in his mind. And that might seem like an extreme way for a kid and his family to think, especially because at this time, Sebastian had never set foot on a high school basketball court. But you need to realize that for one thing, this was Sebastian's passion. He wanted to do this. And not only did he want to do this, but from his early teenage years, he was the pride and joy of Coney Island. It's really hard to put into words exactly what the hype for Sebastian Telfair was like in New York. In a time before Twitter, YouTube mixtapes, and even widespread scouting services like today, Sebastian still managed to grow himself into a household name through word of mouth alone. Everyone in New York knew about Stephon Marbury's younger cousin. Everyone thought at the time that Bassie would grow into a better player than Stephon ever was. And the hype only got bigger at the ABCD camp before Sebastian's freshman year. This camp, sponsored by Adidas, had all of the best high school prospects in the country playing against each other under one roof, regardless of class. So at this camp, Telfair found himself facing off against the the best high school point guards in the country when he himself had never played a single varsity minute. But still, he turned heads. Scouts called him the best incoming freshman in the nation. College coaches told everyone around him they were looking at a future NBA All-Star. And after the ABCD camp was over, Sebastian was asked about his cousin, Stephon Marbury, to which Bassie simply replied, "I'm going to be better than him." And for a long time, it looked like that was going to be true. In high school, Sebastian was able to put everything together and become one of the best and most electrifying players in the country. He was ridiculously fast. So fast that his height didn't matter because no one could stay in front of him. And when you combine that incredible speed with his phenomenal ball handling, Sebastian was able to live at the rim and finish with ease. As being short was nothing new to him, he had developed a soft touch to finish over taller defenders. What's more, his ability to see the court set him even further apart from his peers. Time and time again, Bassie was able to set his teammates up for easy buckets. He led the Lincoln offense like a 10-year NBA vet from the second he took the ball as a freshman guard to the moment he stepped off the court as a high school senior. And just looking at his first 3 seasons alone, Sebastian was able to put up huge numbers and led Lincoln to its first state championship in 24 years during his junior year. This title brought him to the summer before his senior season, a huge period in time for his pro prospects. Because at this time, yes, Sebastian had dominated other high schoolers, he had won a state championship, he had even graced the cover of Slam magazine with LeBron James. But what he had not yet done was proven himself against NBA competition. At least, not yet. Because that summer, Sebastian would shock his neighborhood when he challenged his 25-year-old cousin, Stephon Marbury, to a game of one-on-one. And as you already know, the whole neighborhood gathered around as Sebastian beat an NBA All-Star in his prime. A remarkable feat for anyone in high school, let alone a 6-foot point guard. And that summer, Bassie was not done yet. In August, he would play on Jay-Z's team in a game against the pros at Rucker Park. On that court, Sebastian was playing with and against guys such as Kenyon Martin, Richard Jefferson, and Jamal Crawford. And even though he was the most inexperienced player on the court by far, Sebastian was able to stand out. He threw dime after dime. He scored over the monster NBA defenders he went up against, and he even made huge plays on defense. This gave him the confidence he needed to have a senior season that could only be described as dominant. In his final year at Lincoln, Sebastian averaged 33.2 points and 9.2 assists per game. What's more, he set a New York record with 61 points in a single game. He finished as New York's all-time leading scorer with 2,785 points for his high school career. He was New York's Mr. Basketball, a McDonald's All-American, and the number 6 recruit in the nation. And on top of this individual success, his team also won. That year, Lincoln won its 3rd straight PSAL League championship, making them the first team in New York history to ever win 3 straight PSAL titles. So at this point, you might be asking yourself, what happened? If Sebastian Telfair was supposed to be basketball's next big thing, why do we never talk about him now? Well, the answer is that throughout his high school recruiting process, it was assumed that Rick Pitino and Louisville were the heavy favorites to land Telfair. Yes, the threat of Sebastian jumping right to the NBA was always an issue in the back of Rick Pitino's mind, but at the time, a point guard had never gone directly from high school to the NBA. So Pitino, like everyone else, thought that the 6-foot Sebastian Telfair was practically a guarantee to go to college. Bassie was supposed to be too short to make such a drastic change in his competition level. Everyone felt he would be best served playing a year or 2 at Louisville, learning how to run an offense at a high level from one of college basketball's best coaches. Except Sebastian Telfair had other plans. Throughout his senior season, the idea to jump directly to the pros was always in his thoughts. Remember, the main goal for Sebastian Telfair was always to take care of his family, to get them out of Surfside Gardens. And yes, many people told him that the NBA and the millions of dollars an NBA contract brings with it were going nowhere. They reminded Sebastian that his family had lived in Surfside Garden for years. They could wait another year or 2 while he was developing his game in college. And the thing is, for a while that sounded great. Sebastian even held a press conference in October before his senior season began to tell the media that he was going to Louisville, not the NBA. But then, during his senior season, a murder. A man was shot and killed in the same apartment complex that the Telfair family lived in. He died just doors down from the Telfair's own room. This murder shook Sebastian Telfair. He knew that if his mom or siblings were out in the hall when the killing took place, they could have been caught in the crossfire and gotten hurt themselves. This had a massive effect on Sebastian's mindset. Now he knew that he had to get his family out of that apartment before it was too late. So after his senior season, when he learned that he had done enough for scouts to rank him as a lottery pick and that shoe companies were lining up to bid for his services, suddenly becoming the first point guard to jump directly to the NBA was an easy decision. And really, who can blame him? Overnight, he became a millionaire. He got his family out of the horrible neighborhood they were living in, and Sebastian had no reason to think he was going to fail. His family was telling him he was the greatest. Celebrities were telling him he was a future all-star. Even LeBron James was telling him that he was the next one up. And after the Trailblazers made him the 13th pick in the 2004 NBA draft and almost immediately told everyone that Telfair was one of the best young passers they had ever seen, there was no reason for fans to believe that Sebastian Telfair was going to fail either. But at least in terms of NBA production, Bassi did fail. On an NBA court, he was still fast. He still had great court vision, but his fatal flaws began to show almost immediately. When he was in high school, Sebastian's height didn't really hurt him too much. He was still able to score around the basket with ease because he was that much more athletic than everyone else on the court. Now though, playing against pros who were just as athletic but a few inches taller, Sebastian found it difficult to create space, and when he did, he found it almost impossible to get to the rim and finish. So when you combine this with his broken jump shot, something he was never really able to fix, you gave yourself the recipe for a player who would only shoot 39% from the field in his first 2 seasons. To be fair though, Telfair's play in his second season was actually very average, at least on the offensive end. He finished year 2 averaging 9.5 points per game, 3.6 assists with only 1.7 turnovers, and he had a 13 PEO. Now, his defense was notably terrible, but the potential for a good offensive player was there. Unfortunately, off-the-court problems would hurt him though, as Sebastian was...
An enemy has been slain.
I stand at the brink of infinity.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I pinged it. Rewind time. Oh, if you play a mage, they're gonna get that.
Sacrifices must be made.
An enemy has been slain.
The affairs of mortals are beneath me.
Has been slain. has been slain.
Bound, but not broken.
Killing spree. Enemy killing spree. Shut down. Destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. Shut down.
Flesh and blood, so fragile.
What is up with my cursor? And we have no CC. The only person who can probably kill him would maybe be Phantom. I guess I didn't do any damage then? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was his own fault. The thing about him is you need a big tank. Funny thing is that the tank thing is pretty
An ally has been slain.
Emotions are only distraction.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
You cannot fathom what I am.
champ. You can say he doesn't do that much damage, but it's range. He goes through everyone, so.
I see the forces that only together. But I shall remain.
Frick, man! I can't hit a skill shot. I cannot hit a skill shot with my life. Yeah, I'm not gonna play this character I can't play one where like every single play you have to make like LCS play. Like this guy, everything he has is a skill shot, and it's like really ridiculous because it's very hard to land stuff on it. Yet I play him because he has a really easy lane. He has so much. It's like his range is so long. It's like you want to go like this and it freaks you out. Oh my gosh, this game hurts so much, bro. I'm gonna mess up my... Yeah, I gotta play Vanguard from now on. Even though it stinks playing Vanguard, like, it's just the cage, bro. What? What the heck? How did I? Oh my gosh, that's so troll.
An enemy has been slain.
I don't know how they even... Oh my gosh. That's so troll. That's why a lot of people get the, like, injuries. Because get the Rylai's, because for your ult, you don't miss. And it slows everything. So it's like, when he makes you beefy, I might get that from now on. If I play him again, I'll get that and then go further. Not hitting everything is really annoying. And then when you hit him,
unbound by flesh. These chains cannot hold me.
I have to get... I'm not gonna get that anymore, yeah. If I get mid again, I'll play Vanguard. I am unfound. That's so stupid. Oh, man, look at it. Hey. You might do it. No. Might do it. Maybe. Oh, Nice. Saved by the bell.
Your turret has been destroyed.
And it hurt. See, that's something in the game that messes it up. Like, laughing things and I'm walking over there. Okay.
You cannot fathom what I am.
What the heck? Wow. No.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
With the roll of assassins. No. It's just... Yeah. It's not good. That was rough. Guys, that was rough. That was absolutely rough. Again, I can't... Zareth, unless I have someone who has a lot actually locked down, I can't play that, yeah. Makes my head hurt if I play this game. Whew. Alright guys, I'll be back in a second.